Actually, I wanted to first mention that I was supposed to continue with the dream that showed me walking outside of the restaurant. And while I was outside the restaurant, I know that I saw a bunch of people outside looking up into the sky. And I looked up into the sky as well, and I noticed a dark sphere and the moon, or something that looked like our moon, next to this dark sphere in the sky. And this dark sphere had a orange ring around it. Then a voice, a male voice behind me told me that the second sun came in and had gobbled up our sun. So actually what I'm trying to say is that I wanted to first mention about the first sign. Actually, there's two signs for this particular dream. Okay, this first sign I wanted to tell you guys is a sun that's out there in outer space, and it's called a cannibal sun. This is NASA's website, and this cannibal sun, I believe, was discovered not too long ago, but the article was posted September 14, 2010. So I wanted to first mention the cannibal sun, which is, I believe, as a sign to what the man told me in my dream, that our sun was gobbled up by a second sun. At that point in time, I had no idea that there was such a thing as a cannibal sun, that there are suns out there that will come into the solar system of other planets, other galaxy, and just eat up, that particular solar system's sun. I never knew that. So when I first found out about the cannibal sun, made me quickly remember about what the man told me in my dream, pertaining that the second sun came in and had gobbled up our sun. I'm not sure if the man meant that it would physically, the second sun would physically eat up our sun, or that it would come in and draw a lot of energy from the sun. So I wanted to first mention this first. Now I'm going back to Lucas, the person that was been interviewed by George Norrie. I'm gonna show. Actually, it's not a clip, but it's a recording that I downloaded and saved, and I got from YouTube. So I want you guys to hear a very brief clip of George Norrie interviewing Lucas about what it would look like when this second sun does come in. And I believe he mentioned it would look like a dark disk in the sky.
And all of a sudden when the dinosaurs...
May 5th, 2011, time 6:12 a.m. This is on a YouTube clip called...
Did this star get captured into our solar system, or was it always there when the solar system formed?
Well, I do believe it got captured. The Sumerians, their theory is that Earth was struck by this object.
Okay, he mentioned that when the brown dwarf does come, it will look, even if it's almost close to Earth, it will look black like that.
Broke off or actually, I'm sorry, one of the...
So let me record what he said.
You could detect the first brown dwarf star until 1995.
Is it got mass to it?
Oh yeah, it's got a lot of mass. It's probably about 8 times the mass of Jupiter. And
which is what they think they have found somewhere out there in the solar system.
Yeah, well, basically they're preparing the public. The powers that be in the governments are really stuck in a catch-22 situation here. They can't tell the public, but yet they want the public to prepare for this. So they're trying with things like this and all these TV shows about survival and Armageddon and all this stuff. They're trying to slowly get this into the public mindset so that people start to prepare now and not everybody rush out at the last second and empty the store shelves.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, why do they talk about it, though, in terms of being a possible planet, as opposed to saying it's a brown dwarf star?
Well, I suspect that that's part of the disinformation campaign, because as long as it's called a planet, then every astronomer in the world is going to say, oh, we would have saw a planet out there by now. So if it's labeled a brown dwarf star, then people would understand a little more that it's near impossible to see. In fact, even if it's like right up not far from Earth, all it's going to appear to us is a big dark circle in the sky.
Well, if you say planet, it sounds heavenly, doesn't it?
Dark circle in the sky, just like my drawing.
That feel, that.
Okay, so there you go. There's two signs for one dream. The third dream comes from section 10, part 5, letter S. And its core name is S105SND. In the month of June 4th, 2010, I recorded this dream inside my dream book. In this dream, I found myself observing my oldest nephew walking inside the ground floor part of my house here at Halsey Street. Now, we'll speed up the dream. The next thing I'd like to tell you guys that I was on the roof and I noticed the sun and the moon were out together. Of course, it was daytime. And then I see the next thing that took place after observing the sun and the moon in the sky were two spherical dark objects passing the moon and the sun simultaneously. And then when these objects passed the moon and the sun, the upper left hand part of the sun exploded black, dark silk, something like that. And of course I already show you guys this drawing already, these two drawings, but I'm going to show you guys two drawings again. Okay, this is what I seen when I looked up in the sky. The sun and the moon. Then some type of object, or dark spheres, simultaneously pass the sun and the moon. Here is section 9, part 5, letter S, third sign. In the month of December 26, 2010, I believe a sign to the dreams I just mentioned shows sign of its fulfillment when I came across a YouTube clip that showed something passing, a dark circle passing the sun, and the camera that picked up this dark object passing the sun was a NASA satellite, I believe called SOHO or SDO, that studied the sun. So, based on memory, I remember what I seen in December 26, 2010 pertaining of something dark crossing the sun. So I got my camera, and yesterday, June 2nd, I believe, 2011, I gone into the archives of YouTube and retrieved a footage of this dark circle passing the sun, which kind of remind me of what I seen in my dream, dark circles passing the moon and the sun. So I have recorded the dark sphere passing the sun on my old camera, which I will show what I videotaped on my old camera, which is, the thing that passes the sun. So stay tuned. A dark circular sphere, dark circular sphere that passed in front of our sun. One time in 2010 and another time in 2011. Okay, this thing took place in July 10th, 2010, or 2010, 10/7. From our SDO satellite that studies the sun. The fourth dream will come from section 8, Part 4, letter S. And its call name, once more, is S81SND. In the month of November 29th, 2010, I recorded this dream inside my dream. In this dream, once again, I must speak about this dream again, because there's too many signs that are pointing really to this particular dream. Anyhow, in this dream, it started with me sitting inside a restaurant. Then in the restaurant, I noticed a coffee table. I leave my table where I had dinner at. I go to the coffee table and I notice a big magazine on the table, and the cover of the magazine had 3 dark spherical objects, supposed to have been taken, a photograph from space. And again, I will show the drawing here of the objects that were photographed, I believe, in space, and the photograph of the objects in space were put on the cover of the magazine that I seen inside this restaurant. Okay. Here is section 9, part 5, letter S, 4th sign, which I believe was given to me for S81SND, coming fulfillment, which was presented to me a while back on the truthbehindthescene.com website, which showed video footage of an object which were recorded, dark sphere, circular object floating past the sun in March of 2011. Let me show the clip so you guys will know what I'm speaking about. Okay, like I said, if I didn't say it, but this event took place, I believe, March 3rd, 2011, and I just got a chance to videotape this footage, which is on the truthbehindthescene.com website. Yes, this thing have gone past the sun. This is not the same video I showed you guys earlier with something dark passing the sun. That video was taken in December 2010. The truth behind the scene.